Football fans, welcome to another Call Sheet Short. This is Kevin Smith with you, and today's topic is why the Minnesota Vikings would be a perfect landing spot for University of Michigan quarterback J.J. McCarthy in the upcoming NFL draft. McCarthy, quarterback of the national champion Wolverines, expected to go somewhere in the first round. It could be as high as number 3. Some people talking about the Patriots liking him. Could be late in the first round, in the 20s somewhere. But the sweet spot, I think, the perfect landing spot is at number 11. The Minnesota Vikings hold that pick. They're going to move on from Kirk Cousins. And here are some reasons why McCarthy is a perfect quarterback for them. One, the Vikings are probably not going to be able to get their hands on one of the big 3 in this draft. The big 3 quarterbacks, Jalen Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake Maye, they're going to go earlier, top 5. And I don't think Minnesota wants to part with the draft capital it will take to acquire one of those quarterbacks. If they hold out, if they wait till number 11, McCarthy's a great selection for them because he fits a lot of what Minnesota wants to do. If you look at his strengths, he's an accurate quarterback with a quick release. Vikings love that. They got that in Kirk Cousins for the last several years. He's got a very strong arm. He's a good movement quarterback. Boy, you can move him around a lot more because of his athleticism than you could with Kirk Cousins. The big thing, though, is this. I think Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota's head coach and play caller, learned a lot about his offense and his approach in those weeks near the end of the season this past year when he played without Cousins. Cousins went out, missed the last third of the year with an Achilles injury. And initially, O'Connell took the same approach that he had under Cousins, which was to base the offense out of 11 personnel, throw the ball a lot. Man, they throw it 68% of the times. Out of the time with Cousins on the field. But later in the year, he realized he couldn't do that with the guys he was playing at quarterback. You know, Josh Dobbs had a good run early, but then he kind of faltered and replaced him with Nick Mullins. And the more O'Connell leaned into bigger personnel groupings, right? 12, 21, 13 personnel, putting another tight end on the field, the better that offense functioned. And so when you move on from Cousins and you draft a McCarthy, who based out of heavier personnel groups at the University of Michigan, you get the opportunity to do the following. You get to isolate Minnesota's great threats, their great skill guys, against defenses that have to respect the run more. Getting Justin Jefferson one-on-one, getting Jordan Addison one-on-one, isolating TJ Hawkinson out of bigger personnel groupings is really going to be beneficial for Minnesota, and it will allow a quarterback like McCarthy, who has familiarity with those groups, to operate from an offense with which he feels comfortable. The other thing is this. McCarthy's just 21 years old. You don't have to play him right away. Minnesota can then afford to sign maybe a Russell Wilson, a Sam Darnold, to a bridge contract and let McCarthy sit for a year or two and learn the offense and learn the NFL game while one of those veterans plays. Minnesota kind of rebuilds its roster and then restructures it around the strength of its offense, which is those talented high-level skill position players at wide receiver and tight end, and a young quarterback who will be familiar with an NFL-style offense, having played for one under Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. So the sweet spot for J.J. McCarthy, the Minnesota Vikings, at number 11. And if for no other reason than, as my colleague David Stefano here at FFSN says, if for no other reason you draft J.J. McCarthy so you can pair him with Justin Jefferson and you can have J.J. to J.J. Everybody needs a catchy phrase like that. All right, this is Kevin Smith for the Call Sheet Shorts. Be back with another one soon. Take care, everybody.